Cheyenne, Kelly, Miley, Max, and Kevin aka best friends. How have you all been?
I have been quite marvelous myself. I appreciate you asking. I am now fully recovered from COVID just in time for Halloween.
I am doing fine myself. Unfortunately, my little sister Katie has been sick with the flu and strep throat. She has a 102-degree fever right now. I hope I don't catch it.
Your sister has the flu? Oh wow. My sister Macy has the flu right now as well. My mom currently has a bad cold, and my dad has COVID. I am thankfully not sick yet, but I don't see this lasting much longer unfortunately. This flu season has been terrible so far. I guess being in quarantine for what seems like forever damaged our immune systems. I hope Katie gets better soon.
Thank you, Molly. I hope your family gets better too. I also hope neither of us gets sick.
I am doing great myself. I am mastering my skills in playing the piano and the violin during piano and violin lessons, respectively.
I am also doing wonderful. I recently went on a trip to the mountains while in Boy Scouts. It was super fun. The fall colors were gorgeous.
That's great to hear you are well. Brian and I have been going through chaos lately. Last week, Dad left the family and took my sisters with him, and Mom has been acting insane lately. I think it is my fault Dad left the family. I constantly bullied him for being quote-unquote childish. However, it wasn't until I realized the psychological damage I put on him. He has autism, so life is more difficult for him than for neurotypical people like me and Brian. Yet he has done so much for me. If I saw him again, I will make the biggest apology ever and give him a big hug.
It takes a strong, mature person to admit your wrongdoings the way you did. I was the same way in the past. Initially, my sister, my parents, and I all acted entitled, threatened to sue innocent people, and claim public property was ours. Eventually Dad left the family because he was fed up with us. Not long after, we started to realize that we only acted that way to keep my mom happy. It turns out my mom took advantage of me, my sister, and my dad instead of loving us. Things got better when we moved back with Dad and we changed ourselves.
I think it is awesome that I met someone who went through a similar situation that Emma and I did. No wonder we are best friends. Guilty as charged. I bullied my dad as much as Emma did, and I feel incredibly guilty. It turns out the reason he acted the way he did was because he is autistic. His different way of seeing things actually helped me enjoy life, but I took that for granted. All that aside, do you think any of you will be available on Halloween so we can all trick or treat together?
That would be awesome if we all got to celebrate Halloween together outside of school. Let us text our parents.
I have good news. It turns out that my parents let me hang out with you on Halloween.
I can also hang out starting at 6 o'clock, but I will be coming straight from piano lessons.
Luckily for me, I can still come trick-or-treating with you. However, I can only stay a half an hour because they value my safety.
Sadly, I can't come trick-or-treating with you because my sister Katie just got hospitalized.
I can most definitely come trick-or-treating with you.
I am sorry to hear about your sister, Kelly, but I am excited to trick-or-treat with friends nonetheless. I will see you all later. Recess is almost over.
Thank you for letting me come to your room to retrieve my wolf costume, Emma. I love wolves.
You are quite welcome, Brian. I love being a superhero. Now that it is almost 6, let's take our buckets and go trick-or-treating with our friends.
Hey Brian and Emma, help me. Brian and Emma, why the fuck are you wearing costumes?
These are our Halloween costumes. Brian and I are going to go trick-or-treating with some friends in a few minutes.
Dressing up in Halloween costumes and trick-or-treating? Are you out of your fucking minds? You are both way too old to celebrate Halloween. Emma, you are 9 years old, and Brian, you are almost 11 fucking years old. Only babies and toddlers celebrate Halloween.
That's not true. I see high school students trick-or-treating all the time. I even saw a couple adults trick-or-treating before.
Don't talk back to me with your bullshit. If you think anyone older than 7 celebrates Halloween, you are delusional and stupid. You are both way too old to wear costumes, trick or treat, or celebrate childish holidays like Halloween. It's bad enough I had to put up with your stupid dad for not being a normal adult. Now I have to deal with you two as well. I am going to take your stupid costumes, tell your friends you can't trick or treat because you are too old, and give you enough whooping. I am going to sell the costumes and tell all of your friends you can't trick or treat. I hope you are happy now, losers.
Emma, I am going to be honest here. I can't stand Mom anymore. Not only is she being too strict and controlling, but she stripped off almost all of our clothes. We are lucky we still have our underwear. This would be considered sexual assault if a stranger engaged in the same behavior.
I 100% agree, Brian. I miss Dad so much. He saw the world in a way that challenged me, but he legitimately enjoyed spending time with us. Truth be told, the only reason why I treated Dad the way I did was to avoid getting in trouble with Mum. I actually loved Dad's quirks, including his meltdowns and obsession with items and TV shows for young children. Unfortunately, with the way I treated him, I traumatized him too much for him to want to see me again. I wish I could still apologize.
I feel exactly the same way. The only reason I harassed Dad is because I didn't want to get in trouble with Mum because I know her harsh consequences. I wish I just rebelled against Mom's rules instead of torturing Dad. Knowing Dad is autistic and has struggled a lot more than I have, I can only imagine how traumatized Dad is. Dad actually did more for me than Mum. I mean, I couldn't even celebrate Halloween because of Mum. Once we are healed, we are going to sneak out the window and see if Aunt Julie can't take care of us. She may not have seen us since we were babies, but she is a therapist.
I fucking heard that. Keep whining and I will give you something to whine about.
We should hurry up and get dressed and out the door before Mom sees us.